Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Journeys Today. We're coming to you live from our studios in Kukumlimli. We're on DTT because we're free to air on DSTV channel 421 and Go TV channel 125. Joy News, your home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. Coming up this afternoon, police investigate clash between some residents of Luagri and some of its officers, which led to the injuring of 10 persons over the custody of a suspected motorbike thief. We have details for you shortly. Also this afternoon, Judicial Service of Ghana and the Office of the Special Prosecutor officially commit to suppressing corruption through collaborative enforcement of the law and the provision of fair hearing to all stakeholders in the criminal justice system. We'll be bringing you more on this one. And the DVLA says it has phased out manual system of vehicle registration and other related services. What does that mean? We'll hear from the authorities shortly. Plus, flag bearer of the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, challenges authenticity of recent results of the West Africa Senior School Certificate Examination, WASSCE. And on a rather sad note, former national chairman of Pentecost Church, Dr. Michael Kwabena Intumi, dies. We'll bring you more on this sad story. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. We're also live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X Spaces for our Joy News on TV. My personal handle is @Denana Aisha. Please stay for details. Many thanks for choosing us. 10 people are said to have sustained various degrees of injuries, including gunshot wounds in an alleged clash between police and residents of Luagri in the Yagabakobore constituency in the northeast region. The incident is reported to have been triggered by a disagreement between residents and the police over the custody of a suspected motorbike thief in a marketplace. The suspect allegedly took cover in a nearby house during a chase by residents. An intervention by the police to shield the suspect from a mob attack led to the clash between them and the residents. A youth activist, Damba Said, who witnessed all, gave this account earlier.
The residents didn't want to allow the police to rescue the guy because they believe if the police rescue the guy, they were just going to allow the guy to go scot-free. And so they didn't allow the police access. And so there was a bit of a confrontation between the police and then residents. So the police realized that under the circumstances, they were not well prepared enough to handle the situation because they realized that the youth were not going to allow them access to the guy. So they went back to Yagaba, just from those who know Logre and Yagaba. It shouldn't take the police more than 20 minutes to rush from Logre to Yagaba. So they went and prepared and came back. So when they came back, I actually sent a video to one of your producers. And in the video, you could clearly see one young man who is not even in police uniform. The man is wearing a yellow shirt and some, I can't describe the down very well. And you could clearly see the man holding a rifle and just firing indiscriminately.
District Chief Executive for the Mamproko-Muaduri District, Abu Adam, told Joy News the suspect is currently in police custody for investigation.
In Lorry, that there's an incident at the Lorry market where somebody is suspected to have been stealing a motorbike, and the youth gathered and chased him to somebody's house, and then trying to get him. Another person also called police to intervene. And the police moved there. When they got there, the youth don't want the police to take the suspect. Then they want the suspect to be handed over to them. The landlord and the police resisted. On the process of the resistance, there were some confusion, a confrontation, and then the police had to Also, fire warning shots. That hit about 9 people. They got injured. But the police were able to manage and take the suspect to the police station, and is currently at the Yagba police station. And the victims were also run to Walwali Hospital for further treatment.
Back here in Accra, the Judicial Service of Ghana and the Office of the Special Prosecutor have officially committed to suppressing corruption through collaborative enforcement of the law and the provision of fair hearing to all stakeholders in the criminal justice system. Ghana's Special Prosecutor Kisie Jabing in the last few days has lamented how the conduct of some judges inhibits him from successfully prosecuting politically exposed cases, a situation the OSP says spells doom for the country. Concerned about the seriousness of the problem and the threats posed by corruption-related activities to our development and democracy, a joint statement released to the press explains that both parties have resolved to help suppress corruption. I will share excerpts of that statement with you shortly. It's coming on your screens. The Judicial Service of Ghana and the Office of the Special Prosecutor recalling their joint engagement with other stakeholders, including the Ghana Bar Association, civil society organization promoting governance issues, and the National Media Commission, concerned about the seriousness of the problems and threats posed by corruption and corruption-related activities to the development of our democracy, noting the important roles of the Judiciary and the Office of the Special Prosecutor in combating corruption and corruption-related activities, affirm a joint commitment to suppress and repress corruption and corruption-related activities in all forms through collaborative enforcement of the law and continuous engagement while upholding the rule of law and the provision of fair hearing to all stakeholders in the criminal justice system, and is signed by the Judicial Service of Ghana and the Office of the Special Prosecutor, dated today. Away from the Judicial Service, let's talk about the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority that has successfully passed out the old manual system of vehicle registration and other related services. In a statement signed by the management of DVLA, the authority explained that the move will eliminate identity theft and false representation in the provision of their services, adding the DVLA has also migrated all services related to vehicle registration onto a digital platform which can be accessed online at dvla.gov.gh. Excerpt of that statement reads, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority wishes to inform the general public, particularly vehicle owners and prospective vehicle owners, that the DVLA has successfully phased out the old manual system of the vehicle registration and other related services. Secondly, the National Identity Register Regulations LI 2111 requires the mandatory use of the national identity card for transactions involving identity verification. This includes all services that involves applications and approval. I've been joined by Eric Bentel Addison. He is the Director, Vehicle Inspection and Registration at the DVLA. Grateful for your time. Let's talk more about your digital platforms and what it seeks to do, Mr. Bentel.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me. Just a little bit of correction here. My designation is the Deputy Director in charge of Vehicle Inspection and Registration.
Great, Mr. Bentel. Thanks for the correction.
Right. Yeah. So, as you rightly mentioned, DVLA, as a public institution, has become one of the public institutions that has invited the digital platforms to transform the way we do business with our clientele. And as you rightly mentioned, for some few months now, DVLA has rolled out what we call the online vehicle registration system. Now, this system seeks to ensure that are clients that we are working with, particularly vehicle owners and prospective vehicle owners, have a seamless integration and some handshake with the DVLA. So just with few systems as a procedure, one can easily register or transfer title of ownership of it or a vehicle. Now, this system, again, as I mentioned, ensures that we secure all our paper-based records to electronic platform and ensure that we have an agile system that can plug into other systems that are available in our space. So basically, that's what the online vehicle registration system seeks to achieve.
Okay, so you said that you phased out the old manual registration system and introducing a new one. Let's see how that works. Tell me more about that.
Yes, so just as you mentioned, we started this system some months ago. We were actually holding this hand in hand with the manual registration system. And again, you may also recall that as part of government policy to ensure e-commerce and promote e-governance using the National Identity Registry, it is mandated by law that if you, as an applicant who wants to transact any activity with the DVLA, the only means of identity will be the national identity card, that is the Ghana card. And so we actually built this particular directive into the system of the online vehicle registration system. And as you know, the law requires that the Government Vehicle Registration Authority will have to keep a registry of all vehicles that is registered in the country and then owners of these vehicles. And so once a vehicle is registered, certainly there is an owner, be it a company or an individual. And once it's an individual, certainly we need to ensure that we biometrically verify such person into our database. And the only means of the identity verification is the NIA card. And so with this VRS, what we've done is a seamless integration with the National Identification Authority, where every applicant or a prospective owner of a vehicle will have to undergo biometric verification. Once biometric verification is done, then the system of vehicle registration is completed. And so we've employed just few stages, just about 6 of them. The first stage, as the law requires, the vehicle will have to undergo inspection and test to ensure that the vehicle meets certain minimum requirements in terms of safety and conformity of standards. Secondly, the vehicle owner will have to present the vehicle and then the vehicle details to the customs officers that are co-locating in all our operational offices across the country. Once your vehicle documents have been validated by customs, then DVLA will do what we call identity verification. Now, after this stage, all other processes can be done online by raising an invoice and doing payments online. We also want to use this platform to educate the general public that the DVLA is now on Ghana.gov, so payments can be done online at any other commercial bank available. Then identity verification can also be done online, and then finally the transaction will be approved online. So basically, out of the 3 critical areas, 2 can be done online, while the first one, that is the vehicle inspection, will be done at DVLA or its accredited agencies that undertake vehicle inspection for and on behalf of the licensing authority.
Are you not envisaging any challenge, especially with strictly asking people to present the Ghana cards, knowing very well that a number of people do not have their Ghana cards yet?
Yes. So, in fact, as part of our stakeholder engagement, we actually educated most of our agents that we've been working with, that is the Automobile Vehicle Dealers Association, and it's a requirement by law that you want to undertake any services in any public institutions, which DVLA is not an exception. As far as identity verification is concerned, you need your Ghana card, and so this is the creation of the law, and so DVLA cannot violate this particular regulations of the National Identity Regulation. And so the law doesn't make any exemptions. The only exemptions that the law makes will be high commissioners and they are dependent. And so for this category of people, the DVLA will request an identification from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Apart from that, every citizen of this country and non-citizens that are residing in this country are required by law to have the national identity card. So that is the creation of the law in which the DVLA is compliant with.
Eric Bensaladis, and I'm grateful for your time. He is Deputy Director with the Vehicle Inspection Registration at the DVLA. Let's get on to other stories. Flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, has challenged the authenticity of recent results of the West Africa Senior School Certificate Examination, WASSCE. According to him, some invigilators relax on their jobs as teachers are found to aid students in answering questions. It comes after the Education Minister, Dr. Yao Osei-Duchum, announced this year's results as the best since 2015. Mr. Mahama, who is on the Building Ghana tour, believes it has dire consequences on the education system in future. Nanaya Ojima was at that town hall meeting with the Infanteman people in that constituency and has filed that report.
Professional and economic groupings continue to honor invitation of the NDC to aid the drawing of the party's manifesto by voicing challenges of their sectors. Throughout the 6 regions toured, teachers have featured prominently. At Infanseman constituency, the non-availability of textbooks after change of curriculum was a major worry.
Oh, other teachers and only funara. It's the end for PDM. Yes, right. That's eba. The textbooks in my umbra.
The teachers and students are suffering because of non-availability of textbooks. We plead that you help us when you come. Also, the free SHS has to be reviewed because the double track system is not allowing teachers to get some rest.
Because first track, second track,
the former president shared in their worry.
We are worried about the lack of textbooks. My curriculum for textbooks in Niho. I wonder what kind of government this is. Our education system is in shambles.
Mr. Mahama further expressed his reservation over the recent results being released in the West Africa Senior School Certificate Examination. The 2023 results is the best since 2015. The Education Minister, Yao Osei-Duchum, has already attributed the gains to the dedication of teachers. But Mr. Mahama has made different observation.
After 1 year exams are in many places, one checking Quadano, they let the children cheat freely. You go to places and the teachers are conniving with the children to cheat. The effect of this will be seen later. Because you certify these children, you say he's of this standard, either basic BECE or SSCE, and that child will use that certificate, go abroad to a school, and they'll find that in Ghana your qualification is not up to what you say it is. It is going to affect this nation. They think we're just doing it. Anytime the results come, you say, oh, the children have performed better than they ever performed before. You know, and we all know what is happening in the system. And I know any teacher for, we will reorder things so that things are done properly.
Improving the education sector remains priority of the NDC. A government investment into housing scheme for teachers is among top policies to improve the sector. A promise of reviewing the free SHS policy in the first 100 days remains paramount. For Joy News, Nanaya Ojima reporting.
Richard Mensah, co-founder of Women and Youth in Beekeeping and Value Chain Ghana, has cautioned Ghanaians not to purchase honey obtained from the bush as it is often not processed properly. During a week-long training session for young beekeepers at the University College of Agriculture and Environmental Studies in Bonsu, Eastern Region, he urged consumers to make an effort to know the source of the honey they purchase.
I also encourage Ghanaians, do not patronize any honey that they tell you this is the best, is from the bush. and you don't know its source, don't. Because what they do is that they go to the bush, the forest areas, and they are looking for honeycombs hanging on the tree. They don't have any way of climbing the tree. They don't even have protective clothing. So what they do is they use naked fire to burn the bees or cut down the trees just for that small amount of honey. And then the processing is horrible. They squeeze with your dirty hands, and then they put it in bottles, and they go from house to house. There is no labeling on it. You can't trace where it's coming from. And they tell people this is the best. And that when you provide a hive for the bees to stay in, the hive is there for a house for them, so that you don't cut down trees. And then they will go, the bees feed themselves and come. We don't feed them. They pick the nutrients they want, the pollen they want, and then they produce that honey. That is the honey you should patronize. And when you are patronizing that, you are helping the smallholder, the youth, the young women who are producing quality food for us to eat, rather than those who set bushfires and destroy our farms and make food expensive. Do not patronize it. So the best thing to get quality honey, know your supplier. Know your supplier, and once in a while visit your supplier and know what your supplier is doing. Once in a while pick a sample, send it to the lab for analysis. But key thing, know your supplier. Ask how they get their honey. And if it is cutting down trees, burning the bees with fire, do not patronize. That is not good for the environment. And you cannot assure quality. They don't have the machines, the equipment to process. They don't protect themselves, they kill the bees.
Joy News' visit to the Accra and Marina malls has shown that the usual bustle and large numbers of customers who throng the malls in Accra during Christmas are missing. The too frequently patronized malls appeared empty on Boxing Day, 26th December. The few shoppers seen shopping at the place were, however, happy about the reduction in prices of items compared to last year. Joy News' Semethari Joyce has more in the following report.
The Christmas euphoria at the shopping malls felt different this year. Without the decorated Christmas trees, lighting items, one would think it's just a normal day at the malls. At the Accra Mall, the usual Christmas shopping spree was missing. Even with discounted prices at the Accra Mall, shoppers still lament high prices of items, but say at least it is better than last year.
Well, I would say it's a little bit... with experience, I would say I've experienced it higher than last year, comparing it to last year.
This year's one is better than last year's one. Really? Yes, please. So far, this is the first place I've come during the Christmas. But I'm planning to go to West Hills Mall for another experience.
The situation is no different at the Marina Mall. Only a few people can be seen engaging in window shopping, contemplating whether to buy anything or not.
For the price, they are okay. But it's just that they've shoot up a little bit. But we are okay with it. We are okay with it. And we know the economy too. Now, in the country, there's hardship, so we're okay with it. I've not seen people too much here like now. So maybe in the previous days, people have come and gone. So for today, I'm here. So it's just that I've not gone to many places, but the place where I am, I've not seen many people there.
So why are shoppers not in the malls as usual? At this point, one can only wonder whether it's the joy of staying at home or the economy has taken a huge toll on the pocket of Ghanaians. For Joy News, Rejoice Semefakpesu's report read to you.
This team also visited the Labadi Beach Resort, a typical holiday revelers base where many individuals and families spend Boxing Day. It was, however, not the usual fun, but with some bit of careful economics given the prevailing economic situation. Some of the vendors told Joy News the volume of purchases has reduced because many of their patrons now employ strategic measures to ensure they don't spend much. My colleague Elikem Day was there in our report.
and family spend time together to take stock of happenings in the year. At the Labadi Beach Resort, revelers wind down with drinks and food.
Family and friends who have traveled outside and beyond come around and say hello to each other and then reflect with time that have gone back. So
not bad, it's fun. For this Christmas, it's fun. It's fun to be at the beach, yes. For me, I don't come here Christmas, but today I just want to at least come and enjoy the seas more.
Well, if you are alive, that means we should not you should come out and then come and have some little fun of ourselves. They have enjoyed themselves very well. They have swim a little bit of it. This is the first time. This is our first time here, so they have enjoyed ourselves. So,
however, it is not enjoyment as usual, but with a bit of careful economics, given the prevailing economic situation. Ishmael, a vendor, says revelers don't buy as much as they used to.
Right now, the money, no the systems again. When people they come, you don't buy anything for a week. You see, people they come, you go bring one food, one drink for them. When they go no say here, you go come here, you go sell everything for them. Right now, one them go buy everything for house, you go come here, there, but also you know good. That one there, you know good. See now you say you go buy, you say they come beach here, come tap beach, you buy something for beach. You know you say you go buy, you go cook your drink. Now who person go give you as you sit, you go sit down.
They've been cooking from home and bringing it.
Yes, now for you cook for house, you bring them, and you go pay for seat, you go sit. Then you know why you go sit for ground.
Sometimes, unscrupulous individuals take advantage of situation and steal from the revelers at the beach. Head of security at Labadi Beach, Major Raymond Tete, says they have put in place measures to ensure that this does not happen.
In festivities like this, we all know the challenges. We have so many challenges. Most of the times you see recalcitrants trying to penetrate and snatch phones and all those things. So what we do is that first I would like to go to the safety aspect of the whole security system. We have lifeguards, but in occasion like this, we invite the national lifeguards. Then we attach them to our permanent lifeguards to make sure people are swimming at the appropriate places, and also life must be saved. If you can see from afar, we have 2 red flags and 2 white flags. You only swim within the white flags. You don't go out of the red flag. That is a signal. That will tell you that where you are swimming to is dangerous. So that is the work of the lifeguards. It's part of security. Now, when it comes to real security, occasions like this, we have the Form Police Unit. We have the Form Police Unit beefing up our personal security, our internal security here. Okay. Then we have other patrol teams from regional also helping us. Apart from our internal security, we have regionals, then Form Police Unit. We have Marine Police also as well. We have the NADMO officials also trying to tell people how to arrange their chairs to make sure we have good traffic here. If you can see, we have horses, we have 4-wheel motorbikes, then we have human traffic. So NADMO officers are also here to help us to make sure traffic arrangements are better at the shore.
Elikam Day's report read to you.
The General Superintendent of the Assemblies of God, Ghana, Reverend Stephen Wengam, has urged Ghanaians to express gratitude to God during this season. In his Christmas message to the nation, he emphasized that despite the challenges faced throughout the year, God's mercy has been evident.
Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel. Matthew 1:23. On this special note, it's my pleasant duty as your General Superintendent and on behalf of the Executive Presbytery and the General Council to wish you all a Merry Christmas and an awesome New Year. Christmas is here with us again. To God be the glory for the incredible gift of his Son Jesus Christ, who came down to the earth to die for the redemption of sinful and rebellious humanity. As the saying goes, gratitude is the best attitude to life, and ingratitude is monstrous. A people who are not grateful for what they have are not likely to be grateful for what they are going to get. As individuals and a nation, we have every cause to be overly grateful to God for all grace, who has showered his mercies on us all this year, even in the face of monumental challenges such as severe economic hardship, flooding of devastating consequences in parts of the country, amongst others. In the scriptures, Jesus was born at a time when his generation was faced with severe crises on different fronts. E.g., male-born children were being massacred, and the world was engulfed in total darkness. The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Those who dwelt in the land of deep darkness, on them has light shone. Isaiah 9, verse number 2. The birth of Jesus in Bethlehem was not only a fulfillment of biblical prophecy, but the dawn of a new age. As the angel declared to the shepherds, a Savior who is the Christ, the Lord, is born, and the people in darkness have seen a great light. The birth of Christ offers many useful lessons on holiness and relevant for our survival in these challenging times.
On a rather sad note, former national chairman of the Pentecost Church, Dr. Michael Kwabenantumi, has died. In a statement released by the Church of Pentecost, it said that it is with deep sorrow that we announce the news of the passing of our beloved former chairman. And it continues to say he peacefully went with the Lord in the early hours of today. Apostle Dr. Ntumi was not only a reverend man, a revered man of God, but also an inspirational leader. His commitment to the things of God was unparalleled, and his contributions to the Church of Pentecost and community were significant. He left an indelible mark on everyone who had the good fortune of crossing paths with him. We are deeply indebted to him for his selfless service, leadership, and tireless dedication to the spreading of God's word. During this challenging time, I humbly request your prayers for the widow and the bereaved family as they navigate through their grief. In the spirit of compassion and empathy, I kindly appeal for the utmost respect for the privacy of the family as they endured this great loss, and is signed by Apostle Samuel Jew Obuobi. He's a General Secretary of the Church of Pentecost. And that's how we take a break on Joy News today. When we return, we'll be bringing you business.
Hello, good afternoon. Warm welcome to the business segment on Joy News today with me, Pius Kojo Baka. Despite the introduction of the tourism levy, which was expected to help fix roads to tourist sites, some tour operators say lack of good access to roads to most tourist destinations is still a major hindrance to tourism in Ghana. According to the Chief Executive Officer at Bonvas Tours Limited, Nana Kweku Pokubona, these impediments greatly affect expected revenue from the sector.
Swift Nano is an online bus booking platform which gives you the chance to check and book for available buses for departure. Nana Kweku Bona called for more investment for the tourism sector.
Basically, we have great destinations, but access to these destinations is a problem. I personally like traveling a lot, so I may not be able to, I will get tired, but I will not complain about my stress of getting to the destination. But those who are new to tourism have a biggest problem with the journey to the destination. Because if you look at the state of our roads and sometimes the reception of the people at the destination, and I also say educating the tourist destination officers or operators will go a long way in helping us boost our destinations and tourism in Ghana. Because Swift Nano is an online bus booking platform that is aimed at mitigating the frustration that students go through from vacation and reopening. So mostly when students vacate, because they are traveling in huge numbers, and most of the time the transport providers are not even aware of such reopening.
He, however, identified lack of education as one of the challenges affecting the tourism sector.
Ghana's livelihood empowerment and social protection programs will see a major boost in the next year with additional financing from the World Bank. With an allocation of $150 million for the Safety Net Project Phase 2, More poor households are expected to receive major support in a bid to move them out of poverty.
Residents of Shayo Sudoku district are amongst the scores of beneficiaries of the Ghana Productive Safety Nets project. The scheme aims to provide support to the poorest households to fix roadblocks to accessing services and enhance their productivity. In collaboration with the Ministries of Gender, Social Protection and the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, these beneficiaries are embarking on a coconut tree plantation project which will help them earn an income.
The project will be supporting the community up to end of 2025, but afterwards it will then be handed over fully to the community and the assembly for them to maintain. There is an MOU which details the benefit sharing arrangement. So in the next 3-4 years, when it starts to fruit and they start selling the produce, then they use the sharing arrangement or sharing ratio to split the funds.
DC for Shayo Sudoku Fred Ofe indicated that the project has improved the income levels of beneficiaries.
To be honest with you, I live in this district for a long time. I was born and bred here. Some of our communities where these projects were sent to, somebody can stay in the community the whole year and you will not get 100 Ghana cedis. But through this project, majority of them are getting money and they appreciate what we are doing for them.
With additional funding from the World Bank, initiatives such as the Labor-Intensive Public Works Program is set to see more support next year. Professor Prosper Larry is the National Coordinator of the Ghana Productive Safety Nets project.
So the additional financing from the World Bank is going to help in social protection system strengthening that will help in data registry in the rest of the remaining countries that is used for poor households. And at the same time, we are going to see provision of kitchens and support for the school feeding program. We are also going to see grants to very poor households so that they will start income generating activities that will help them smoothing consumptions in their homes. And the provision of dams, climate change mitigation activities, and roads in which the labor content will be enhanced so that poor people can work and make a decent living in their various households. We expect that this in 2024 should be able to help our already impoverished communities so that it can help in the poverty alleviation program. This support is from the World Bank and it's in the tune of $150 million support as an additional financing to the Ghana Productive Safety Net Project 2.
The Ghana Productive Safety Net project facilitates productive inclusion activities to enhance the productivity capacity of the poor by providing the necessary support for establishing sustainable income generating endeavors.
That's it for business. I am Pius Kojo Baka.
Well, it's day 4 of EFUA's attempt to break the Guinness record of the longest singer in the world. And she's been doing this with a lot of support from all walks, Ghanaians from all walks of life. Let's take you right to the event center, the Aviation Social Center, for excerpts of her performance. All right, whilst we wait to get that, we'll take you to yesterday's event at the Oibri Botanical Garden, because mini picnics, family reunions, and good music, the Christmas bliss swept through the Oibri Gardens as thousands gathered for the 2023 Joy Family Party. In the park, patrons walked away with many prizes, with Kwabena, Ifia, Kwampa Band, Lipstick Queens Band, thrilling them with some good music. They say they cannot wait for the next edition. Maxwell Baba has more.
The energetic performance by Kwampa Band electrified the park, turning they breathe botanical gardens into a lively convention ground with patrons dancing in circles, many of them thanking God for helping them see December. Well, it's a Joy FM family party in the park event happening here at the Bree Botanical Gardens. What you can see right now is a Kwampa band. Yet they brought this place to life. This dancing is spontaneous. Kwampa band, leading that.
I'm having fun, very fun. Yes, yes.
You came here with your family?
Yes, I came with my family.
I'm Opokwenti William, a pastor. You're a pastor? Yes, sir. Tell me, what is it like for you here?
It's wonderful. Joy is doing great things here. We love Joy FM, we love Joy Sports. Everything is great. Yeah. We are doing well. Everything is nice.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun here at a family party in the park.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it, pa. Really enjoying. Yeah. I'm having fun. Okay. I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm also happy.
Oh, yeah. I'm happy. Thank you very much. Okay. We are grateful.
Okay, I'm sure you want to say hello.
My first time.
This is your first time?
Yeah.
And you're loving it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's now take you to the Aviation Social Center, where Efia Asantua Ejunum is still performing to break that record. Three days, 13 hours of performance. That's no joke. We have you at heart and we are supporting you all the way. Good girl, and finish hard for us. That's how we wrap up the bulletin, and do enjoy the rest of our programs.